I don't know if this is going to be something I post. I really don't care to or not. I've just been recording myself, Simon Petrikov style. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm a huge Adventure Time fan. But for real, uh, just documenting. And I'm sitting here thinking about all the things that I used to use as a coping mechanism to fill voids. And I notice these days, I notice my pattern of trying to force something to fit where I feel a little empty, and I realize I'm trying to force what I don't like anymore or don't care about as it, or no, not even attached. I'm not as attached as I used to be. I'm not as dependent, reliant. And it's just kind of crazy how these things unfold. And my grandfather died literally 2 weeks before The Last Jedi came out. So yeah, it was a really rough end of the year. But I noticed that when he passed, so much of what I really enjoyed it felt like it went with him. And I get that that's something that happens with the passing of a loved one. But what I mean is, I enjoyed the stimulating conversations we had about anything and everything. It didn't have to be about one day making it big with music or always making a business. He was an entrepreneur. He was that dude. I'm for real. He was the innovator of literally the solution of transportation for disability people with disabilities, whether it be physical, mental, or they're getting out of surgery. He was an innovator in this city and across this country. He knew a lot of people, and he experienced a lot consciously. He didn't let it always stay in his cycle the same way. He was a very self-aware individual, and I attached myself to that, because I wasn't having the stimulating conversations that I wanted. He didn't always feel like he was lecturing me, or how even as a child, if you're talking to an adult, you can tell when an adult's being insecure. Let's not bullshit here. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? And then you have an adult telling you, just acting like more of a child than you were at that time. And he was just a great person to have these stimulating conversations with. And I had some here and there with my family members. It's not like I don't have them, but the intensity of our stimulating conversations. And I say that I'm not talking from the back of my brain or just one side of my brain. We talked about everything. And this is what he did. He didn't push me because he understands that all of us are different. But he encouraged me. And he encouraged me in a way that made me feel comfortable taking those leaps. So nobody had to push me. You feel me? So hopefully that makes sense. But he was just really that dude. And I didn't get a chance to tell him what I had been thinking about at the time, telling everybody that I struggled with, coming out of the closet, and that hurt because I was he was one of the first masculine members of my family that I felt comfortable being vulnerable enough to say, hey, I'm not this masculine person that everyone has thought I was or thought I should be, or, I thought I had to be. That's not me. In fact, I'm what they call gender fluid. I didn't get a chance to say that to him before he passed. Like, that shit happened quick. Like, literally, the, I'm not dissociating. I'm trying to sit with my emotions. This is what I've been doing the past couple years. But along with that epiphany, healing's a cycle. So sometimes wounds come back around and I have a bit more clarity. And those who at least know me from a real me talking standpoint, the fact that I have not cussed up a storm while talking about any of this, I know I changed and I feel better. I'm not saying cussing means like you're better or worse. No, say what the fuck you want to say. See? But what I'm saying is like how I convey my truth is not as painful. Like, sure, there's still some awkward moments, but it's not as painful. And if I could, I would like to talk to him in this physical realm about everything and everybody. And I feel like he would have been really smooth with accepting, that I can change. I'm not just going to be the way that I thought I needed to be forever, even transitioning. And I just think I know he'd be proud. It's kind of scary because you don't, like, if you're trying to think from your logical, whatever side of the brain, I can't really remember right now. I'm burnt out from all this studying of the anatomy and both physical and metaphysical. I'm tired. I just came here to talk about that, this epiphany that I had. But I had a real good day, half of the triggers that I struggle with, past tense, they showed up and I didn't react the same way. In fact, I didn't really react at all. I just sat with them and just realized, yo, if I don't like the thoughts, and it's easier said than done, it takes you some time to get here, but if I don't like the thoughts that are running through my head, I don't have to identify with them. It's that simple. I don't care who you are. I don't care about your political stance. I don't care about your gender, your race, your voice, how you sound and shit. See? But I guess that brings me into the last couple parts of this video. Why I mentioned the entrepreneur thing and stuff is because, man, I've been there and done it, yo. Like, I was doing my entrepreneur thing when me and somebody I knew, we was making beats. Like, we had our own websites and shit back in like 2012, 2013. We were really doing our thing. And even just me, like, I went from just making beats, recording on the microphone that was on my huge Mac at the time, just recording from my actual keyboard, to making beats in software and making money off of it. Like, I'm not saying, like, you know, like, it came with its problems, but like, I might not be a well-known producer. I might not be a well-known filmmaker or a well-known writer, but as much as it hurts of letting go of those old identities because I felt I needed to hold on to them, I can take comfort in knowing that I've learned so much. And I'm 31, and I've learned so much from my mistakes, my wins, and just in general, yo. Even with people I disagree with, just their existence teaches you something. If you're willing to learn the lesson of being in their presence and vice versa. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to chilling. I don't know. I didn't want to structure this any particular way. No timestamps, no nothing. Be good to yourself. That's so much easier said than done. That's why I roll my eyes. I get it. Some of you all's body might be hurting. You might be in a real judgmental stage. You might still be going through your own maturity emotionally and mentally. But it's all good. Just be real with yourself. Get past the shame, the guilt. Understand the anger. And realize the parts you played in your life, as well as others, you know? It's not like you can just blame everybody. Everybody makes their own fucking mistakes. See? I didn't mean to do it, actually, but every time I catch myself and I'm like, oh, I'm not hitting the brakes now, I just let it fly. But just be good to yourself and literally just give it a little shot a day, like, of being nice to somebody. Even if they mean mugging you, even if they don't take it personal, dog. Look, think about it. Even somebody you dislike or don't agree with is going through some shit, you know? Like, I'm not condoning anybody's violence or behavior, period. But what I'm saying is, if you really want the world to change, you have to be the change you want to see. It sounds so cliche, but take it from me, yo. That makes so much more sense now. Knowing what I know. Surviving what I've survived. So you just apologize, atone, and account. Do that internally. Apologize to yourself. Atone for your mistakes. Account for them. Just rock it out, yo. If you get mad and stuff, don't act on animalistic impulse. We don't gotta do that no more. Just take it out on somebody on the game. I like playing Halo Infinite, so. Just please be nice to yourself. I'm talking to you, too. You, me. Like the me in this, right here.